Hey guys, welcome to the channel. It's Adam with ND72, and today we got the E55 in nice sunny Mexico. So we're going to try to do some digs over here in Mexico. We're going to try to do like maybe 5 to 10 pools. We'll see how many we'd actually see. We got the draggy ready to be hooked up. We got our data logging stuff so I can start pulling data. And yes, I know it's not going to be the best times you ever get because it's 95 degrees out right now. So we got everything all set up in the car. I think it's going to go pretty well, I hope. And we're going to start prepping and start going. All right, so to help out a little bit, I got a couple bags of ice. So we're gonna start dumping water out over here before we start making any noise or anything like that. Then I'm gonna start filling up my ice tank. This is a 7-gallon tank, just to kind of keep my temps down a little bit. So we brought out about 20 pounds worth. I got 15 and 5 over there, and we got a little bit of sticky stuff over there to help me hook up. So the tires I'm running today are 255, 50, 16s. They're just R888s. They're not a drag reel. There's nothing really sticky about them, but they're not bad. So let's start going. Step 1 of my little Mexican trick was ice. Step 2, to kind of cheat a little bit, we're going to try to blow off the road. It's not really that bad, but we'll try. And then, step 3, we're going to try a little bit pre-sticky icky. This is the real sketchy part. All right, now I'm gonna back the car up. So I put a lot of ice in there, melted immediately. So right now we're 79 degrees for air intake temperature, so that is basically 80. It's about like 25 degrees below ambient right now. I got the draggy hooked up. I'm gonna go set up and we're starting doing pulls. All right, so we hit, right now we're air intake temperature of 88, so we're still 4 degrees below ambient, but if you saw I spun hella bad, I had to let out it. We did a 12.5 at 122. We did 0 to 60 in 4.5, that's all like terrible. And our 60 foot was 2.4. So we're gonna try to lay more prep, a bigger burnout, and try again.
A little more. Come. More. There.
All right. Oh yeah, I'll talk. So that one, the same thing. We're doing like 12.3 on that one. We're still trapping well over 120. Our 60 foots are like 2.4. They're terrible. So I'm gonna put a lot more ice in there because I mean our air temps now we're going like 3 above ambient. We're gonna put all the ice in there. Do one more pull here. Alright guys, so we're back from Mexico. We did okay, but after I think we did like 4 or 5 hits. I couldn't get the track prep to work properly. I 100% was probably using it wrong. But also, cars kept coming. It's probably going to be better if I do it at nighttime. So we did about 4 or 5 hits. I was getting like 12.5, 12.3s, like stuff like that, trying to roll into it, this and that. But I was trapping about 120, 121 with me like rolling it in and out of the throttle. So trapping 120 is pretty effing damn good, in my opinion. I want to see what that converts to. That might be actually like a low 11, hopefully maybe a high 10. I'm going to look into that more, but something bad happened on the way home. Bam, we got a flat tire. So the tire literally blew out. It ripped itself completely off. By the time I stopped it, it was catastrophic. This thing is just destroyed. It sucks. It sucked really bad. So the tire blew out really bad. I got really lucky. It didn't happen at like 120, 130 when I was doing a pool. It happened after we left, kind of on the way back home. We were actually going to get barbecue. And then it happened like maybe 5 miles away from the house. If anyone knows, I don't keep a spare tire in that car. So we limped it a little bit, but we had to walk about 3 miles home to go get the ML to come bring it over and fix it. So the plan is to actually go back to the track where there's proper prep. And I'm going to try to do that this week. But I need a tire. But what I did remember, I have a spare tire and rim in the backyard. I think. Let's go check. Let's go to the backyard. So we got the old CLK 430 out here. Poor little girl. Maybe I'll bring her back to life one day. But right here, bam, I go into my old, when I put Brembos on this car and I put the 18s, I got one right there, so we'll probably jack it up and throw it on there. This car, I might bring it back. I don't know. I just got no use for it. But that car right there, that's going to be another project hopefully I get to in the next 6 months. This car is going to be a rocket ship. This is something I bought probably a year and a half ago. I bought it when they were dirt cheap. And under that cover is probably going to be one of the fastest, one of my track cars I got. But that's for like 6, 7 months down the road. So we threw the extra rim on that I had in the backyard on there. Luckily I did have these. These were actually supposed to be used soon to be a nice little front drag package because I do got 2 of them. So we got the car back home now. We were going to go out and probably do 1 or 2 more pools, but as you can see, it's about to like storm again. So we're probably going to call it for right now. All right, Mexico didn't really go perfect, but it didn't really go too bad. I kind of learned a lot. So right off the bat, I learned with the ice of how quickly it melted. Like if I pack that box, even just there with like the little ice I kind of did have and it melted immediately, I was 20 below ambient. So right there, that was a good sign. So another good sign was, like I said, trapping over 120. Hopefully I could trap more once I like hook up and all that stuff. So that's also a pretty good sign. Now for the kind of bad part that I messed up on, first of all, I went out there with our AAAs. Our AAAs are not a drag tire, they're a road race tire, so not super sticky, and they take a little bit to heat up, and those tires are old tires, like a year and a half and change old. It's what it is, like they hook up doing a 20 roll and all that stuff. Also what I was messing up on was the track prep. So looking at the videos, and I mean I should have realized it then, I was laying the track prep down like this, and then rolling forward, so I only had like 2 feet, maybe, and usually people like, they don't do the full 60 foot on the roll, but I just wasn't giving it enough, and there was way too much traffic, like cars kept driving by, and every time the one time I lit it and made it sticky, a car drove by, and then it kind of like just kills it. And also what kind of killed me was, you can't really tell in the video, I don't know if you noticed, if you look at the last video, if you look at my back right tire, we laid prep down, like we put a lot down, and I think we had a really good setup of how we laid it down, and then a car came, so I had to pull off the road. And what I did not notice is when I pulled off and got back on, my tires were so sticky it just grabbed dirt and grabbed mud. So when I did that little hit, I just spun because I literally was just laying dirt all over the prep and the dirt was just sticking to the prep. That part was 100% my fault. Next time I will put the prep down a lot better and different. And I don't know why I didn't. I do have slicks in the garage like that I could just throw on those, that they're already on rims. I could just throw it on there, but I was trying to see if I could work out the car to hook up in like a Mexico area with almost the easiest way I could do it with like not a lot of prep. We were just trying things out. Also, I could still adjust the suspension. I could do a lot to hook up off the line. And if I really want, I already am starting to measure stuff out to do a 15-inch conversion. which I got a couple calibers that I could just like pull off and throw on. If I get time, I'm probably 90% going to try that tomorrow just to get a little bit of data. So we have that going, and then now we'll kind of go over the draggy data. So basically the runs that we were over, they were all like 12-second runs. They were, we got like some 12.3s, 12.5s, 12.9s. 12.9 was the last one where I spun pretty bad, but all of them were trapping 120, 121, 119. So if you watch the video, I literally was like rolling. I tried to like be gentle with it. And also, if you could tell, what was really bad was my 60 foots were 2.3, 2.5, and 2.6. That is terrible. To put in a little bit of a little bit easier for some people to understand is my SLK when I went there with no first gear, less power. I was doing 12.1s in the quarter, and my 60 foot was like 1.7s. So, and I was trapping 114. So now with this car, I'm trapping a lot higher. And my 60 foot, I should be able to get this 60 foot down to 1.8 easily. And right there, that's like 5/6 of a second. Other data I really got off of there was, I mean, in the 8th mile, I was doing 8.3s. So it's not really like the best. We were doing, let's see what the 0 to 60 were. So the 0 to 60 on those runs were, the best one was 4.7, which I'm going to actually look up right now. I think that's like a factory E55, 0 to 60. And I don't think they spin as much as I did. You know what I mean? They also don't do it in like 90-degree weather. So, well, factory is 4.2. So I have a lot of area to improve just on traction and hooking up. And also, you got to remember, I'm doing this in 95-degree weather. Even though I did use the ice for like one pool-ish, it was melting really quickly. So when I do go to the track, hopefully this week, I'm going to bring enough ice and pack the box and try to drop it. And also, it'll be at nighttime, so the air will definitely be a lot colder. If I could get this car to be like a low 11, 10, I'll be happy with it how it is now. I would really like to be able to do it. I mean, on this little far-fetched, a 10-second pass on the street of Mexico, not in America. So that is kind of like what I'm going to shoot for in a little bit. I'm going to start working on suspension, just the wheels and tire setup, and let weight transfer more to the rear. So that easily could be done with my BC coilovers, just by adjusting the rebound and the compression a little bit, and maybe work with the height. So I got a lot of areas to work on that. So, but we got a lot of good data on it, and I gotta put a big thanks to VTECH. He helped tune the car and stuff like that. I don't even got a crazy like setup. My setup is literally very basic. This car is just headers, 77mm pulley, and that's it for performance mods, and then a VTECH tune. I have cooling mods like the front mount and the ice box and stuff like that, but for power, it's very basic. Now, what I want to do next, if I go to the track and I hook up perfectly and I still don't make it in the 10s, I'm going to start going throttle body, and then clearly the wheel and tire package, where I'll drop a crap load of weight, because my front tires weigh so much. And I do have, like I showed you, those spares earlier, and I can drop a lot of LBs doing that, so that's my plan. But thanks for watching, guys. I hope you like it. If you guys want to see me doing any videos with the E55s, like installing this, installing that, because there are a couple requests about doing the 15-inch conversion, because there were a lot of people who liked it when I did it on the CLK 55. So I have spare 15-inch rims. I got spare calibers that are 2-piston Brembos that should clear as long as they bolt up to the calibers, or not bolt up to the calibers, bolt up to the caliber brackets. It'll be almost no modification, and then I'll show you guys where to go buy these from the junkyards and where to get them. But make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. Make sure you guys hit that like button. Try to even, like, another thing that helps me is just watching the full video. Heck, if you just hit play and leave it while you sleep or do whatever, that helps me out a lot. But thanks, guys, and I'll see you later.